Hi there, welcome back and welcome to this video. If you're new here, my name's Jay and I test out platforms like GoHighLevel so you don't have to. My job is help you pick, use and master the right tools for your business. Now today we're going to be getting into something really interesting and exciting, and that is GoHighLevel's AI agents. I'm going to be showing you 7 ways you can leverage this feature to earn more money, and stick around until the end because number 7 is the best way and it's going to earn you money really fast. Now before we get right into it, I do want to level with you. Setting up AI agents in GoHighLevel isn't particularly a straightforward process. It does take a large learning curve, as most things do in GoHighLevel, but once you master it, it's going to be so worth it because it's going to level up your business in ways you never even thought of. That said, you do need to put the effort in. But if you haven't yet signed up to GoHighLevel, you can take advantage of an extended 30-day free trial. Just click the link in the description box below. You can extend that trial twice, which gives you up to 58 days in total where you can use the platform for free and really get stuck into learning how AI agents work before you start actually paying for the platform. So definitely sign up for that if you haven't already. And with that said, let's get into the video. Now, because we're not all fluent in tech jargon, before I talk about how AI agents can make you money, I'm going to cover quickly what they actually are. Now, they are mini digital employees. We're not talking chatbots or automation, although that certainly is part of it. We're talking logic-driven assistants that work 24/7, take no breaks, and don't need copious amounts of caffeine like I do. So what does this actually mean? So AI agents can essentially think, decide and take action without having to follow specific step-by-step instructions. Certainly they have guidance on what their goal is, but they don't need to follow a predetermined process. They can decide the best course of action based on the inputs they receive. So whereas a standard automation would be if lead fills in form, send out X email. AI agents, on the other hand, can decide if X email really is the best course of action to take. It can look at the inputs and it can decide whether or not an SMS might be better or whether no action at all would be better. So it's intelligent and it operates on a much higher level than standard automation. But it does so much more than just reaching goals and making decisions. It can deal with complicated end-to-end tasks and workflows. So rather than having to patch 100 automations together, the AI agent can execute it in one seamless sequence. And then it can generate data, it can extract data, it can collaborate with other AI models and make even more powerful decisions. And also it can deal with messy human input. So if somebody's mistyping words, the AI can interpret that correctly far faster than a human could. In fact, it's like having an entire workforce at your fingertips without having to deal with grumpy employees and without actually having to pay anybody. So you can already start to see the benefits of using AI agents and how they're actually going to make you more money. To show you exactly what I mean, let's jump into the GoHighLevel platform now and take a look at the Agent Studio. It's in the sub-account under AI Agents and the Agent Studio tab. So let's just jump into this one that I created earlier. So you have this nice blank interface where you can just drag and drop all of the AI agent components onto the screen. This is the AI agent up here, and these are all the things it can do. So you can ask it to search a knowledge base. So this could be a wiki site, or it just could be a website. It could be just any kind of data. You can input it into the system and it will search it when asked. Or it can just search the wider web, anywhere on the internet. So for example, if you're a real estate agent and you wanted to get the latest house prices for a certain area, you can ask it to do that and it will search the web and bring up the latest prices on your behalf. Here it connects to an MCP server, which is essentially other AI models. So that's where you get the more powerful responses and the collaboration. It can make API calls to external platforms. So if you need to bring data over or send data over, it can do that on your behalf. And it can generate things. So we've got audio, image, text and video generation here. So you just input the prompt and it will create whatever you need it to. And then it can do basic stuff like capture information, email, phone number, a single choice or a text input. So here it can actually interpret the text input, so it can make a decision based on what that input is. So it's not just, like a standard automation. Like I said, it could just do one thing. It can make decisions based on what this text input is. So it's powerful and it can do a lot. Then just to quickly show you the rest, you've got the start node and the end node. That's going to tell the AI agent where to begin and finish. Or you can drop in the sequential mode and that's going to tell the AI agent to run executions in a specific sequence rather than just performing everything simultaneously. And all you do is you select your node, you drop it onto the screen, you add in the information. For example, here it's asking me to input the prompt. choose the AI model. It recommends GPT 4.1, but you can choose a different one if you want to, and you can add in any variables as needed as well. And then you have up here global prompt. So that's going to apply to the entire AI agent rather than just one specific node. So you can drop that in if you need to. And then when you want to join everything up, you just grab these little black circles and drag the line over. You need to add in at least one condition, and then you're done, really. I mean, obviously, that is a very oversimplified view of what this does. It is much more complicated in reality. I mean, you have to be good at prompting, you have to know what conditions to set, you have to know what variables to add in. So I do recommend going over to GoHighLevel's tutorials, reading into all the information and what all of these things mean, and then just practice, and test. And then once you've got things working as you want, then you can start deploying them as you want. Just to give you a very quick example, I've got the test window open here. I just click this up here. We're going to test out this very, very basic lead qualifier AI agent that I created. So add in your text, I want a widget. And it's going to generate a response. Hi, thanks for your interest in our widgets. I'd love to help you find the right fit. To get started, could you tell me what you're hoping to achieve with our widgets? I want one to help me run faster. I mean, this is nonsense, but it's just giving you an example. And then it's going, great, thanks for sharing. Helping you run faster is definitely something our widgets can support. And then it's asking questions. So it wants my name, am I an individual or company, and what's the company name if it is a company. So there you can see that's just a very, very basic example of how a lead qualifier could work. Then just as a quick second example, I wanted to show you what its generative AI capabilities are like. So I asked it to create me a futuristic video with a city skyline, and this is what it came up with. So really, I don't think that's too bad. Pretty decent effort overall. So now you've seen the AI agent feature, how it works, and you've got a basic overview of the tools within it. Let's move on to the 7 ways in which AI agents can make you money. Now, the first way is the example I showed you within the platform, and that's using it as a lead qualifier. And essentially what it can do is turn every lead source into a monetized conversation. It can reply, qualify, and contextualize leads from all of your sources, whether that's paid ads, your website, social DMs, and so on. So that means there's going to be no more delays between the lead coming in and its qualification. The AI is going to do this straight away and on your behalf. So even while you're asleep, it can work in the background qualifying leads. And remember, you as a human can only work on one lead qualification at a time. The AI can handle dozens, hundreds even, simultaneously, and it's only going to put forward the ones it thinks are likely to convert. And then all you have to do is show up for the close. That means you're not wasting your time chasing dead leads that aren't going to go anywhere. You're only going to focus on the quality ones and the ones that are likely to bring you in more revenue. So that's fantastic. It's just such a time saver, and it only means you're focusing on what really matters. So the second way that AI agents can make you money is by acting as a follow-up system. Now, when you build a big database of clients, leads, contacts, and so on, it can be really hard to see the wood for the trees. Which ones are worth following up on, which ones are worth revisiting. It means you have to sift through all the data, look at the history, study it all, and then work out what to do. And remember, as a human, you can only concentrate on one thing at a time. Now, the AI agent can do all of that simultaneously. They can go through all the data in an instant and work out which stale leads are worth revisiting, whether there's any old opportunities to follow up on, and if any past clients are likely to be interested in any new products and services that you have. And better still, it can adjust the tone and messaging based on the history of each contact. So it knows exactly what context to present it in and how to follow up in a way that's most likely to convert. There are so many businesses out there that lose out on revenue due to these unworked pipelines. And with the AI agents, you don't have to be one of them. And also think about it, even if you do sift through all the data yourself and identify, say, 100 leads that could be revisited, you've got to sit there and tailor your pitch for each and every one of those. Can you imagine how much time that's going to take? Whereas the AI agent can just simply handle it all for you and then just present the ones that are worth converting in front of you. Again, more revenue, less effort. It's fantastic. Now, the third way that AI agents can make you more money is through micro-personalisation. Now, we all know that personalised messaging is way more effective than generic messaging, but AI takes this about 50 steps further than that. It can rewrite emails, proposals, landing page snippets, and so on, based on buyer data in real time and on the fly. And by adapting this messaging automatically, it directly addresses each individual's pain points. And when you've got messaging that solves each person's problems, then it's way more likely to convert. For example, let's say you're a fitness coach and you're selling coaching programs. Rather than sending out a generic email about fitness coaching, you can use the AI agents to adapt it to each person's goals. For example, one person might want to lose weight, another may want to build muscle, another may want fitness routines specifically for ages over 50, and so on like that. So you're not basing it on an imaginary buyer's persona. The individual in question is the persona. So it's so powerful compared to standard marketing messaging that might have a tiny bit of personalization built in. This directly speaks to each and every person within your contact list. Moving on now to the fourth way to make money using AI agents, and that is by creating done-for-you AI-driven systems. Now, the trick is to specialize within a specific business niche or work across a select range of business niches. And this is creating AI agents that reach goals or perform tasks tailored to that niche. So, for example, you might set up an AI agent for real estate lead nurture, an automotive appointment booking agent, spa reactivation agent, coaching, onboarding agent, so on and so forth. Now, the real advantage to doing this is because you're tailoring your agent to a specific niche. Once you've created it, you can just create duplicates of it and then sell it to more and more businesses. Let's say you create a booking agent for a dentist. Once you've sold it to the first dentist, you can then create a duplicate, tweak the business name and the business information, and then sell it to the second dentist, and you can do this 10, 20, 50, 100 times. It unlocks unlimited revenue in this respect. And you can either sell it as a done-for-you service for a one-off fee, or you can maximize revenue even more by selling it as a subscription and then throw in training and maintenance on top of that as well. A big barrier that businesses have when they want to scale is the lack of ability to handle more than a few clients at the same time, or the lack of staff. Now, this is where AI agents, of course, can plug that gap and handle all the client fulfillment services for you. So that means they can take care of all the back-end stuff while you concentrate on finding more clients. So this is the fifth way that AI agents can make you more money, and it's by having them handle the complete onboarding process. Now, this is typically super time consuming, and it can be a lot of back and forth, especially when you need to gather documents, update systems, go through training, all of that good stuff. It's important, but it's something that AI can handle. And rather than have you do it or hire extra staff, which of course is going to cost you more money, you can just set up AI agents to handle the process for you. And then what they'll do is only escalate to you if there is a problem that it cannot handle. And of course, the big advantage this has for your business is that it increases the capacity on the number of clients that you can handle simultaneously, and it frees up more time for you to concentrate on getting new ones. The sixth way that AI agents can make you money is by acting as a powerful upselling machine. Now, upselling typically only occurs at certain times when humans remember to offer it, when the client asks, or by sheer luck. And obviously they appear in sales funnels, but it's not always effective because the customer can feel pressured because it might be the wrong moment to offer it. Instead, AI agents can monitor customer behavior and offer the right upsell at the right time. For example, if the agent sees that a customer has had particularly high engagement recently, it might determine that it's the right time to offer an upsell. Similarly, if you sell courses through GoHighLevel and the customer has reached certain milestones within that course, then it's also probably the right time to offer an upsell. So it's by catching these opportunities while they're hot and before they pass. And of course, it doesn't annoy the customer because it lands at the right time. The customer doesn't feel like they're being pressured or spammed. It's not irritating. It just feels like a natural progression of their initial sale. Last but not least, the seventh way you can make money with AI agents is a little bit different from the other ways I've already shown you. Now, people are crying out for AI skills, and other high-level users may be unable or perhaps unwilling to create agents themselves. And this is where you can step in as an AI agent expert and sell your skills to other high-level users. Do you remember back in the day when building a website used to be so complicated, you used to have to employ a web developer to do it for you? I mean, obviously that's not the case today, but it just shows you that it was a difficult skill and not everybody could do it. And the same goes for AI agents right now. So I think this is one of the best times to get in on there and maximize on that opportunity and sell your skills. Either set up agents on behalf of other high-level users, or you can actually coach people and teach them how to do it themselves. Either way, I think it's a brilliant moneymaker, and it's another string to add to your revenue bow. So that concludes our 7 ways to make money using GoHighLevel's AI agents. I hope I've given you some inspiration and some food for thought, and hopefully you're all excited to get started on learning how to set these guys up. Now, remember, if you haven't yet signed up to GoHighLevel, click the link in the description below to get your hands on the extended 30-day free trial for the GoHighLevel Pro plan. And of course, if you do have questions, drop them below. I'm always happy to answer them. That's all from me today. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye-bye.